we are so crazy behind them that we don't realize that oftentimes most of them don't deserve the love and admiration that we give them, the time and energy that we spend for them. Your desires are stored inside your mind or your being in a stack format. This is a very beautiful analogy that I thought of giving. Whenever something happens that activates a desire, that desire goes to the top of the stack. It gets activated. You get reminded of that. And as you may have studied in software engineering, the bottom of the stack is closed. And you can pick out only one item at a time from a stack. Now, you may pick out multiple items rapidly as well, but then it is still in a serial order, it is still one at a time, isn't it? Which is why desires also manifest one at a time, not all at once. Even if it happens rapidly, it is still one at a time. So that desire gets activated, or you get reminded of that desire, and it goes on the top of the stack and it gets picked out. You basically let picking out means you release it out into the universe, you let go of it. This is assuming that these are times without mobile phones. Now, that desire is released into the universe, which means the universe gets a full hold of that desire and then it manifests in your life. Let's talk about how social media apps like Instagram or TikTok ruin or destroy your manifestations. Subscribe to my YouTube channel Manifest with Sagar and don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive the latest updates. Before I come to how the social media ruins or damages or destroys or F's up your manifestations, I want to say a very simple thing here. Releasing that item or that desire out of the stack or out of your mind means that you are letting go of it. All these spiritual gurus or these so called teachers of well being don't come to the main point, which is letting go. They keep going round and round and round in circles to keep making you come back to them. Maybe pay them, maybe keep going to their centers or their places and keep making them popular. Everybody's intentions are different. I'm not saying that everybody is bad, but it is very strange that spirituality is just one thing: let go. Create that desire and let go. Create that desire and let go. Even if you do this much, create the desire and let go, that is all that you need to do in order to get everything that you want in your life, whether small or big. So, all these books, all these videos that you read or come across or watch, they ultimately teach you to let go. Means to be happy in the present, means to look at something else, means to keep yourself busy somewhere else, means to not think about that desire obsessively, or be in the moment, live in the moment, isn't it? That is all that is desired, and letting go is the key. That is the key, that is the answer, that is the only secret to life. Now, suppose you look at a couple kissing, but you are focused on your career. You do not really want to be in a relationship right now. So you see, and nothing happens to you. You don't think, because that desire is not there in the stack, correct? So that is out of the question. It is important that you create that desire, or at least activate it and then release it, isn't it? It will not come to you if it is not part of you. As simple as that. If I do not want a job, I will not get a job. If I'm a businessman, if I'm someone who likes to be in a business, so even if there are job opportunities that are very, very suitable to me, if I do not want a job, I will not do anything about it. I will just ignore those job vacancies, isn't it? So it comes to you, it manifests in your life only after you create or activate it within you. That is a very important point to remember. Now, suppose you are looking for a relationship and you see a couple kissing, but you shy away, you just look away. What happens is that you just activated your desire that yes, I would also like to kiss someone, I would also like to make out with someone, I would also like to walk hand in hands with someone. You activate that desire and then you release it. That releasing happens very naturally whenever you look at something else, whenever you distract yourself, whenever you focus somewhere else, whenever you keep yourself busy and happy in your own, the rest of your life. And the moment you release it, you start magnetizing those things towards you, because you are completely positive about it. You are not obsessively, you are not thinking about it at all. Even the second thought is an obsessive thought. I'll come to this shortly. Now, You saw that, you let it go, and then it began manifesting in your life. Now, maybe over time, you may get a raw version of that. You will have to clarify and then again reactivate that clarified version and then release that to manifest a new version. That is a deeper understanding. Let's not talk about that right now. Now, times of social media. What happens is that the social media can know a lot about you based on your mere face as well. Biometric mirror, if you may have read about that. There are many more such tools or ways in which they can know about you. Watch history, what you have watched so far, what they think you can watch in the future. There is a sophisticated science going on behind this, behavior studies and projecting what you may like in your life. This is how they also influence you to buy what they want you to buy. Let's go there later again. Now, I want to be in a relationship. I see a couple kissing, fine, I'll forget about it when I come back home. But my mobile phone, I constantly see couples kissing, making out, having babies. I constantly see cute girls, cute guys. I doesn't mean I, whoever it is. You are constantly fed with that information. So what happens as a result of that is that you continuously keep think and rethink about that desire. You don't just activate it, but also constantly and obsessively think about it. Now, in order to get something in your life, you just have to think about it once and let it go. That is how it works. That is the only way in which it can work in a very, very satisfying manner. But when you continuously think about it, there are two things that happen here. First, it proves that you don't have faith in your own ability to create, which means you are creating negativity. And at the same time, this is very technical. You don't release it out into the universe. You are continuing to hold on to that desire. You are not giving the desires hold to the universe. So it cannot manifest. So when you constantly see what you desire, good houses, luxurious vacations, good looking guys and girls, you pollute your own desire. You adulterate your own desire. You make that very pure desire impure. And an impure desire cannot manifest. Why? Because you are continuing to hold on to it. Thinking about something after having created that desire in your mind. So you created that desire in your mind, but you are continuously thinking about it, which means that you are continuing to hold on to it. It cannot manifest, period. Now, I don't want to come across as a hater of any of these products because they are inherently wonderful, sophisticated and very good products. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, these are very good products, but they have gone in a very, very wrong direction. And the reason why I say wrong is because oftentimes knowingly they show you things that they want you to see, which is not a very good thing. But we are not talking about karma here. What I'm talking about here is the noise that they end up in creating in your own being. Now, unlike YouTube, I'm not praising YouTube on YouTube. I have criticized YouTube on YouTube as well. But YouTube's recommendation system is very powerful. It is very, very sophisticated. At least 50 to 60% videos that you see on your pages are the ones that you would want to see. Or you can just unsubscribe from all the channels, subscribe only to 2-3 channels and just focus on that much. And YouTube will not show you anything else. Maybe, of course, YouTube will show you things that are similar to what you watch. That will happen. But then you still have that very, very important and critical choice as to whether to go inside that video or not. So, although some people do say that you have control over what you see is an illusion, but still the recommendation system of YouTube is very powerful and sophisticated. So, unless you are watching shorts, again, in that case, I have oftentimes come across not very good videos. So basically, the point here is the noise that is created by, especially the products like Instagram and TikTok, by the virtue of their layout, is very bad for you. It keeps your desire with you. It keeps that desire in your own hand. You keep thinking about a desire that you have already created. That is not desired. You have to create a desire and let go of that desire. Create a desire and let go of it. Think about something, like it, appreciate it, and then forget about it. That is the only way in which it manifests. So do you have to quit these products? That is a choice. If you want to do that, you can. But you can always limit your time. You can always be very, very strict about it, very, very disciplined about it, and decide what to watch and what not to watch, how much to watch, how much not to watch. If I have to sum it up in one line, your desires are manifested through a still and quiet mind. It has to be very, very physically still and quiet for you to manifest everything that you desire, whether small or big. Social media products create noise in your mind. This is how they destroy, disrupt, or ruin your manifestations and thus your life. And this is also exactly how movies and movie songs ruin our manifestations and our lives. At least on the social media, you have real human beings, but anything and everything to do with the film industry is fake and unreal, sometimes manipulative as well. When I know that could have been the premise as well, when I know that I can create a story, say in a textual format, and present to you and make you believe that that story is real, even better in an audio visual format, then I would definitely use my resources to manipulate you or control you, or to make you buy what I want you to buy, or basically to get you to do things that will keep you dull so that I continue to rise in my own life. This is very deep, this is very subtle, this could be very historical as well. But it is very important to understand that even though the social media has real human beings, that is not an excuse for us to continue to waste our lives on scrolling on screens that have absolute garbage as well. As far as the movies are concerned, those unreal stories, those beautiful, catchy, addictive songs continue to play in your mind. Oftentimes, as a youngster, they make you believe in things that are not real as well, especially as far as love is concerned, as far as money is concerned. And therefore, many of the movies from the past are now heavily criticized by many people. That's because they had stories that were very, very manipulative in nature as well. Now, the intention of each and everyone may not have been to manipulate the masses, but there is a chance that most of those tunes, most of those stories, most of those scenes were made to attract people for money. Now, everybody has their own intentions, but then it is so important to understand that the sooner in my life, as a youngster, for example, I ruin my ways of thinking, the sooner I begin to become dull and I miss out on the real opportunities in my real life. Which is why most of the movies are oftentimes targeted to the younger audience, because they have more believability. Even though there is an element of fun and madness and craze as well, but there is also the factor of pulling that demographic towards the theaters as well. So it is very important, irrespective of your age, to be prudent about what to watch, how much to watch, and whether you want to make that part of your life as well. Earlier, we used to go to the theaters, then TVs came. So all of that entertainment, all of that garbage came on the television. You had to go to another room to watch whatever you wanted to watch, but now with mobile phones, those movie stars have reached our bedrooms as well. So let's let them go. Let us not let them live here rent free. That is not necessary. We need to understand that everything that every person does in this world, you, I, and those people who we run behind, they do it just for their own growth, for their own career, for their own betterment of life. So let's let them go, and let us also understand that whether it is from the movies or the social media, that is just for entertainment, and we need to keep it at that. And entertainment in general must not take up more than 5 to 10% of your time in life. This is not a mandate, and I am not a Bollywood hater. This is not about being anti Bollywood or boycott Bollywood. But if you want a creative life for yourself, if you want to grow in your own life, if you want to do things that are beneficial to your life, then it is important to just reduce all of that.